And you rejoin us at the start of the men's 800 metres. The race featuring the two fastest Britons ever. And there, left-hand side of the picture, is Seb Coe. Steve Cram wearing number 2. The three Americans here, led at the moment by Eugene Saunders, number 6. And just behind him, Stanley Redwine. James Mays in the white socks, to distinguish between the three Americans, is their third representative here. And certainly the pace slowed considerably when Saunders took the lead, and it's a fairly cagey, fairly gentle, fairly tactical opening lap, which can only help surely the English trio. Chris McGeorge is the third English representative, and he in fact has gone up at the bell to the shoulder of Saunders, Peter.
And the time 53.52, not too slow in fact considering the windy conditions. We might well have been expecting something around 55, but 53.52 it was.
I know the Americans came into this race hoping to be 1, 2, 3 at this point, but in fact there's a chance here that Cram is going to have to move up, block those two Americans in, and then strike hard behind Coe, so that it'll be England 1, 2 and 3 going into the top bend.
And at the familiar point, Coe goes and Cram responds. Well, the last time we saw these two, it was in the 1500 metres final in Los Angeles, and Coe held on in the home straight, but Cram's got a very determined look about him as he comes to his shoulder. These two great English athletes side by side. Who's got the finish? What a race this is. Coe's just holding on. Cram is tiring up, but it took all of Coe at his superlative best to hold him off. Coe wins it. Cram second. And Redwine came through to take third place for the United States. But what a marvellous sight to see once again these two supreme British athletes fighting each other down the home straight. And Coe's been in sensational early season form, just held on. And Steve Cram, who's had a bit of a problem with a calf injury just lately, tired, couldn't respond. But how many athletes in the world can, Adrian, when Seb Coe is gliding like that?
Yes, he looked absolutely in control. He was just looking over his shoulder here with about 200 to go to make sure that there weren't any Americans about, I think, and then Cram comes up on him. Coe never falters here. He shows no worry or anxiety at all. Again, he's concentrating perfectly. Cram's nicely set up. Cram, remember, his first race needed this to get some really good speed work out, and I don't think came into the race expecting to be able to handle Coe. But Coe never panicked. He just increased rhythm and velocity down this home straight. Cram is running awkwardly. The head, as it always does, goes up and down, and the arms ungainly. And he just can't find the speed at this point in the season. And Coe is really just controlling this race. But how confidently he's running this season, and how well. Remember, he's beating the world champion at 1500 metres. And the other thing I think we need to say is how refreshing it is to see two of our greatest middle distance runners prepared to race against each other. And both of them have said today that they're prepared to run against each other several times. And perhaps we won't have this rather coy hiding from each other in 1500s and 800s that we've seen so often between Walker and Bai, and then between Ovett and Coe. Because as you can see, they both get great pleasure and satisfaction from racing each other, and they know that the public do as well. And neither man feels beaten. I think they're both ready to come out and race each other.